What is up, Division 2 agents? This is Gamer for Life back with another Division 2 build video. Now, this is going to be a couple of builds because I was getting a lot of questions on Twitter about my last video where I was in the DZ showing all the exotic drops and, of course, running into rogue players. And they're like, man, you got to show me the build you was using because I'm always in the DZ trying to get these raid exotics as well, and I'm always getting rogued. And the one thing about that is, yes, the rogues are out in full force because they know a lot of PvE players, which I would classify myself as, is going into the DZ trying to get these raid exotics, and they are taking advantage of basically taking out PvE players because they're an easy target. I've even had some people, talking trash, emoting over me, sending me messages, and it's like, dude, I'm not the one you should be bragging about killing. It's not like I'm, Bishop Boas, which if you guys don't know who that is, you should go on Twitch and give him a follow. He's definitely one of the best that the game has. And I believe him and his buddies still hold the record for the highest legit manhunt in the game. But yeah, these guys are acting like that's who they're killing. It's like, dude, I'm a PvE player. I wouldn't be bragging about killing me, But I still hold my own. You guys see, I've had different DZ videos before. I still hold my own against some of these dedicated PvP players. But what I was going to do today is just show you the couple of builds that I was using during that gameplay. And this is one of them. So basically I was using 3 different SMGs, and you basically use whatever SMG that you like the best with this build. So I had the apartment, I also used the Lady Death, and this Tactical Vector SBR. So those are the guns that I was using with this build. Now I have Night Watcher strictly to keep an eye on everyone. Now I don't have Flatline or Spotter or anything like that. This is just strictly to keep an eye on my surroundings and who's around me. And of course you can see the rolls, max armor, crit chance with a max crit damage mod. Of course I have one piece of Sokolov with Unbreakable, just getting that survivability, max weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage with a max crit damage mod. The Picaro's holster, the one piece brand set bonus plus 10% skill haste. And of course, I don't know if I went over the brand set bonuses for these. Total 5% total armor for the mask and plus 10% SMG damage for the chest piece. This one is rolled max armor, crit chance, and of course the 15% weapon damage we get from this name piece as an attribute. And this is with plus 14 armor on the expertise, 12 armor on the chest piece, and 14 on the mask. Now we have contractors and foxes, all max rolls, 14 on the expertise, armor, and the memento. And then all it takes is really a couple of landmarks, and you have your memento at full charge. And this is rolled with all 3 core attributes: max weapon damage, armor, and a skill tier, 14% on the expertise armor roll with a 12% crit damage mod, kill confirmed. And this is definitely what comes in handy with this build. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides both a short and long-term buff, the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. 5% for weapon damage, 10% bonus armor, 5% skill efficiency. For every trophy collected, gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regeneration for 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes. Maximum is 30 stacks. And every time you collect a trophy, you're just refreshing that timer, so it should be up at all time. So this is definitely going to help you against the rogue agents, especially when you have a fully charged memento. You got all of that extra damage, all of that extra skill health for your shield if you use it. Mainly I have the shield for, the NPCs, but it has come in handy against players too, even though when it breaks you do get disoriented, but it's not as bad as some people make it out to be. Because even though I get disoriented, I can still aim exactly where I want to aim and shoot my gun. Some people say you are completely disabled, and that's just not the case in my experience. And of course, along with the shield, I do have the pulse And the cooldown 8.3 seconds, but like I said, when you get full stacks on the memento, that's another 30% skill haste. So you're basically going to be able to pulse continuously. Of course, the mods that I have is plus 10% radius, plus 10% effect duration. And the mods for the shield was plus 8% shield health, 4.9% shield health, and plus 5% damage bonus per enemy. And the secondary is the Eagle Bearer, which you did see me use in the gameplay as well. So that is that definitely comes in handy, especially if you almost take their armor off with your SMG, and it's just faster to swap to your Eagle Bearer. And then with 60 rounds, you should be able to take them out the rest of the way with your Eagle Bearer, or whatever other AR that you have is perfectly fine. So this is the first one that I was using, and then of course I was using, let's go down, okay, and I was also using this build, which is Hunter's Fury with a memento, and I was using Bellstone chest piece with Unbreakable. One thing about this build, and this is geared towards technically it's geared towards PvE and PvP, because memento is you have to get the stacks with PvE, but once you get those 30 stacks, it really makes this build deadly. And so that's why I opted to go ahead with more regen instead of the Sokolov chest piece, because we're getting plenty of extra damage with the memento, coupled with the damage that we're getting from Hunter's Fury, the 15% SMG damage, and then of course a 20% automatic amplified damage, just being 15 meters within your enemy, plenty of damage. So I opted to go for more armor regen, which worked out beautifully. And again, everything is rolled crit with crit, so that way I don't have to go over everything again. And then of course the memento, went over that. We know what that does. There's two different SMGs I use with this. The apartment, and I did have the Lady Death there for a little bit with my shotgun, which I'll go with the shotgun, which is max shotgun damage, damage to armor, damage to target out of cover. And this one has Optimus on it. One thing I like to do is keep it down to the last 2 bullets, because those last 2 bullets are going to be far more powerful than the first 3 bullets. That way, if I get the enemy's armor down, rogue armor's down almost completely, I can switch to my shotgun and basically just one-shot them and take them out that way. But yeah, the one thing Hunter's Fury offers you that the other build didn't offer you is more survivability, because you're getting all this damage, of course, but you're also getting plus 20% armor on kill, plus 100% health on kill, and coupled with the gunner specialization, you're getting 30% armor on kill. So this is actually a really good setup, and one I would recommend if you're going into the DZ. And I mean, if you wanted to change this to a Scorpio, that would be perfectly fine as well. That would be beautiful for PvE, for the landmarks, And then the skills that I have on this one, I do have the Defender Drone. PvP reduction is 15.1. PvE reduction, damage reduction is 30.1, which is huge. So this definitely comes in handy. The mods I have on that, 7.2% duration, 9.7 health, 5.4 damage reduction. Then of course I have the shield on this as well, just giving me more survivability, especially for the landmarks. 2 4.9% shield health mods, 5% holster regen mod. So yeah, I just quickly wanted to go over those 2 builds that I used in that gameplay, and I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to see these builds in action. And if you're in the DZ and you don't want to hear any of the trash talking that any of the PvP players are spewing, you can go and I believe VoIP, you can disable VoIP and you won't have to hear him. Now, unfortunately, some of these PvP players, they love sending messages to. Why? I have no idea. It's like, dude, just play the game. What are you sending me messages for, That I never got, and it just makes absolutely no sense to me that you would waste time, get into your menu, go to chat, find the person you're trying to send a message to, write out this message or do a voice message and send it to them. It's like, dude, seriously. The game is not that serious where you have to send messages. So if that happens, I mean, like I said, you can just disable the VoIP, and also if they send you some crazy messages, like I've had people sending me some just going off on me type of messages. It's like, you killed me like 3 times. I killed you once and you're sending me these crazy messages. Just block them. And if it's too bad, you can report them as well. I don't really report anyone. I mean, it would really have to be bad for me to report someone, but I usually just block them because a game shouldn't make someone so upset that they have to message you. It just makes no sense to me. But anyway, those are the builds that I was using. For my fellow PvE players, you saw in the gameplay, a lot of the times I was with a 4-man group, and there's plenty of us in there right now. You can go in as a solo player and you can get with a 4-man team, I promise you. A lot of these DZ servers are filled with PvE players and then a lot of solo rogue players. So as long as you're teamed up with some PvE guys, you guys will be fine. So yeah, that's all I've got today. Hope everyone's doing good, staying safe out there. If you find any values in any of these videos, if you could leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all of that helps out. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you're doing on the game, the different type of builds that you're using, whether it's for PvE or PvP, whatever you do. Everyone's welcome here. This is a toxic free community. I will definitely make sure of that. So never be afraid to comment on my videos. It's always going to be positive vibes here. All right, so that's all I've got. As always, my friends on YouTube, take it easy.